Today we're going to take a look at Billie Jean, Madison Square Garden 2001 rehearsal. Welcome Michael Jackson fans. Today we're going to take a look at Michael Jackson's rehearsal of the Spotlight in Billie Jean in 2001 at Madison Square Garden in New York. In this footage we see that Michael Jackson prepares the beginning of Billie Jean, and it's quite interesting because we have the Foley sequence. And what Foley is that essentially in the movies, in the old movies, when you saw a horse walking, for example, they dubbed it with coconuts, and that's called Foley. And to this day, you would be shocked that nearly every movie has a Foley department, and the sounds which you hear are not real sounds. They're sounds which are recreated in the studio. So obviously when Michael Jackson is walking around in the history tour and on this particular show, it's Foley. So his musicians behind him would watch him and go for his steps. And when he clicks, they would add the click sound effect. So that's not actually him making those noises. However, on the Bad Tour, Rock With You, for example, in Japan, it is him making those noises. Michael Jackson was very good with percussive noises with his mouth. Okay, so they're rehearsing this. As I said in my Whitney Houston and Michael Jackson rehearsal video, it's quite complicated actually, because it's quite a long process and to get it right. With the suitcase and the sound of the suitcase, and especially the cue. Now, take a look at the footage, and then we'll take a look, talk about it afterwards. You'll see that Michael Jackson is holding a smaller suitcase in addition to the suitcase he's placed on the stool. Take a look.
Pretty noisy, but this is going on.
Your tone spot, okay? Snap, tone. Yeah, but I can't.
Welcome back. Okay, so we've just seen Michael Jackson rehearsing. Now, interestingly, that the cue to the start of Billie Jean is Michael Jackson putting on his hat. When he slams the hat down, bam, the bass kick of Billie Jean comes in and the song starts. Now, quite interesting, if you watch the difference between the rehearsal and the show on the 7th of September, it's pretty cool, everything went according to plan. But if you watch the September the 10th show, not everything went according to plan. I will put some footage in the blog, so take a look at the link below, but Michael entered the spotlight, and as we said previously, his cue should have been hat goes on, song starts. However, he already had his hat on his head. So the band obviously didn't get their cue. So if you watched the 10th of September footage, Michael Jackson poses, he does a little pose to cover it up, retakes off his hat and slams it on, and then the band starts from that point. So that was a mistake. So there's a little bit about the rehearsal of the Spotlight in Billie Jean and how it manifested itself in the show. On this particular occasion, there was a mistake. In the show in Madison Square Garden, this happened quite a few times, especially during Shake Your Body. There was an issue with the cue as well, and Michael Jackson starts it with an ow and walks, and the band don't start, and then he comes in with a tss, 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 and then it starts. So they didn't really have enough rehearsal for this show. You could see that was quite evident. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it today. Please subscribe. Ask some questions down below. We're happy to answer them. We have so much more footage to look at. We have so much more things that we're going to look at. So hope you enjoyed today. See you soon.